stay gone for 2 weeks. But when if they come back in the third week, we gotta talk to them again like they never left. And just keep on working with them. Just keep on forgiving them because they come back for more. You gotta give them, help them when they come back. You can't say, no, man, you ain't want to hear the last time I was talking to you. Why you want to come back here now? You can't get like that.
Right.
Oh, so now you went out and you had some. You went in the hospital, you got food poisoning, you came within an inch of life. Now you want to come back out here and try to get right and talk to us now. Oh no, can't be like that.
That's right.
We gotta talk to them. We gotta talk and give them another chance. Because we was given so many chances. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I gotta go pick my wife up in about 10 minutes. But
What you was asking? What was the
yeah, so how do you distinguish like everything that was plagiarized or messed with or twisted in the Bible from us, which is in the Bible?
The book of Isaiah chapter 34 verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Now not one of these shall fail. Not one shall want her mate, for my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. So basically meaning read this book, see what's written in here, and if you line up with it, then let you know that distinguish how to live life, how to approach every situation.
But how do you get rid of all of the plagiarism?
Let me help you out a little bit more with that. We start keeping these commandments, bro.
Right. It'll talk to you, you'll feel it, you metaphysically.
You know how the scriptures say Solomon was so wise and so understanding. That came from being obedient. Okay, so the more obedient you are, the more we start keeping the commandments, keeping our holy days. The more we start doing that, then the more we start our knowledge and our wisdom will increase to the point of where we go over stuff together. Like, brother, see, that shouldn't be in there. See, we go over stuff together because as we keep the commandments, our knowledge and our wisdom start to grow and increase. Because a good understanding have all those who keep the commandments.
Precept. The book of Psalms chapter 111 and verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Now, a good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endure forever.
So good understanding have all those who do the commandments. So that means that if you get around brothers who keep the commandments, you're around some brothers who got a good understanding.
Come.
And your answer is going to be getting answered constantly, here and there. We're going to point it out, and you're going to look at it yourself. And you're going to think about it. You're going to ask some more questions. We're going to bring it out some more. Here and there, all the time. Because we over here striving to keep these commandments so that our knowledge can increase, so that a brother like you can talk to us and we'll be able to answer you.
Right.
We better give you some understanding.
Book of Job, chapter 28 and verse 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding.
So that means, brother, you don't give no sense to people who is going against it. So we know the book, it ain't got everything in it how we wrote. We know the other people messing with what we got. But as our knowledge increases, we'll be able to see these things. We'll be able to spot them. I'm putting it together.
Like I was saying, he was asking about the brother said a good understanding is all those that keep the law. So in order, like I said, in order to understand, you're gonna have to be keeping the law. You seem like you see wisdom because you got a bunch of questions.
Right.
So they say you have to keep the law, and it's a bunch, like you said, more than 10 commandments, more than 10 laws that God created for us to follow. So you have to go through there and find and learn about all the laws. Like you could be keeping one and not doing it, and you could be breaking one and not doing it. You know,
Well, I'm just saying, that book, the way they, they making money off that thing now. They controlling the people, they done worked us as slaves, and they done molested all the kids, instituted all the institutions with it.
Hey.
They done started Sodom and Gomorrah all over again with that same book. You
Hey,
feel
like,
what I'm saying?
With that same,
You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
That's what has
Mind
took
if I say
place,
something?
right? So it, and when you uncertainty paralyzes. Like if I'm uncertain, wait a minute, I might not even make it back here. how hard life is. You know what I'm saying?
So one thing that they did do, they made us fearful to read. Made us scared to
I've
read.
mastered reading.
No.
Yeah,
Not
you know what I'm
reading,
saying?
reading the book.
Right.
They have steered us away from it. So we won't open it.
Distraction.
So we'll come up with all type of excuses not to open it. That's what they have done. Steered us away. They ain't changed nothing. Ain't no plagiarism. They ain't changed nothing. Because this book condemns all the other nations. It's talking about our restoration to the kingdom, ruling this earth. But they steered us away from doing everything that's in it.
So what, do y'all shy away from anything that he's done in that Bible? Y'all don't shy away from none of it.
Let me say something real quick, brother. But check this out. When the brother, like, he expounded on reading, but when we read it, we see, hey, the Sabbath day is on Saturday, not on Sunday, how it's set up over here in America. Like, oh, okay. They not reading in the church. They just going off what Pastor said. We reading, and the Lord said keep the Sabbath. The Lord said love thy neighbor, not all of the other nations. Thy neighbor who is your people. And that's explained and expounded all throughout the Bible. You know, that's why Christ, when the nation, the woman came to him, he ignored her. He was out there trying to love on his own people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But that's what the scriptures
That's
teach
what's
us.
gonna kill you first.
But guess what?
Your own people are the ones that's gonna get you.
But check this out. America, they not teaching us that. When we read the Bible teaches us to love our brothers.
Right.
Don't suffer sin upon your brother. Don't have evil communications. Church, the Christian church, they got rappers coming to their church getting praised. We got a video of a little baby getting praised by the pastor in the church. He talking about he went to the concert and all that, man. And he talk about rapping, killing, selling drugs, you know. So they giving them praise, but we out here to cut their spirit and say, no, that's wrong, brother. The Lord sent his people out here to show his people between clean and unclean. That's what we out here for, to get our people mind right before the Lord come back. But we see that, and that's in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? That's in there. But go ahead.
So, commandment the brother bring out. Leviticus 19:17 says, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him." They don't teach us that. They don't teach us to love each other. They say love everybody. We got to start with each other before we go with anybody else.
Right.
We're seeing all that atrocity on some of that sign right there going on. But we talk and hate ourselves and love them. And turn a blind eye to every damn thing that go on.
Right.
Ain't nobody rebuking nobody.
Right.
Ain't no correction in our own household. So, just like the scripture tells us, we got to start in our household first. We start with us,
Good job.
then our household, then come out teaching. You know what I'm saying?
That's even a battle plan.
We got to battle this. It ain't gonna be no easy cake. We got to battle. They ain't gonna do it.
See, some people, like even in your own home, they've been taught a different perspective on the Bible, and they dead serious. Like if you took that from them, they gonna be gone. Literally everything, you know.
These two brothers right here got some real good scriptures that you got to hear this. You know what I'm saying? Brother Ruth, that brother Benai hit this scripture, then you hit this as soon as he get done with that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 26. If thou dost desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee. So the Lord said, if you desire wisdom, which is the knowledge of what's going to happen, the things that's going to go on in this world, how to operate as a person, you know, spiritually. He said, keep my commandments, and the Lord will give her unto thee. Be obedient first, then I'm going to reward you. That's right. You know, just like you take your kids anywhere, go clean your room, do the dishes, go cut that grass, then I'm going to reward you. We're going to go out and get snow cones. We're going to go out to Chuck E. Cheese. Then I'm going to give you all the rewards that you should get because you're doing what you should do.
Oh, that's heavy. That's heavy.
I got one for you, bro.
We got two more. We got two more from now.
It's Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25. But that which you have already, hold fast till I come. Because you had spoke on like, hey, how could we believe in the Bible, they tampering and stuff like that. But we know we have the King James and the Apocrypha now. And we go through prophecy that, hey, the Lord said, hey, we cursed, we're going to go into slavery, we're going to be in the bottom of society. So we see those prophecies came to pass. We're going to go on slave ships. All that is spoken in the Bible. So the Lord said, since y'all have those things, hold that fast till I come. Because then when he comes, he said, the world can't contain my wisdom. Right? So when he come back, he gonna give us all this understanding. But since we got this, that's when we say hold fast.
Right, brother. Good, brother.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 2. I have fed you with milk and not with meat. So the Lord gave us the basic things like meat first. So some other wisdom, you ain't able to understand it yet. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the milk first. I have fed you with milk and not with meat. For hitherto ye were not able to bear it. So we told you the deep wisdom of the scriptures, you will be able to bear it. You will leave right now.
Not
You know what I'm saying? Some of people will leave. So,
Not a G, not me.
well, maybe not you, but somebody else who ain't able to understand it and take in. That's why you said, I'll throw it away. I don't want to touch the Bible. A lot of people don't want to deal with it because they're not able to bear some of that meat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it just paralyzes me, being that I don't have a tribe. You know, a tribe, it takes a tribe to raise it, you know? Or the elder, second, right? Or other warriors. Oh, let's go!
All right, he's right here.
Come. I'm looking right when I was
That's
saying
right,
that,
right, brother.
Like,
That's right, brother.
he is here, but
That's right.
yeah, but
Hey, and
Hey,
we
so
not
that-
all of them.
Right.
Right? We not all of them.
It's a rock.
There's a lot more.
That's right.
Thousands all over the world. Waking up.
Right.
Waiting on you to wake up. You might be the last one the Lord wants to wake up, man. And all hell might break loose, man.
Right.
That could be true.
Wow.
We don't know.
Absolutely. It could be.
You never know who you're talking to. We could be talking to Moses right now. I mean, we could be talking to Isaiah right now. We could be talking to Job. We don't know.
Right.
We could be waiting. You could be the last one to wake up. So it's
That's
important
fire.
for you
Boy, that's heated.
and all of our
Right.
people
Right.
to make haste. As soon as you
got
hear the
me
word,
on.
as soon as you hear the commandments, keep those things that's written. Because guess what? The world gonna deteriorate your mind and try to get you and push you away from it. That's how we know the Bible is true.
That's right.
That's how we know it's true. Because everything that's written in here, they want us to do the opposite. They want us to go the opposite. It's like, okay, we see through the bull. We see the Lord spiritually trying to tell us, keep my commandments and I'm going to save you. Keep my commandments and you're going to live. Right? But this world is set up to make us go left. You see what I'm saying?
Like the brother just said, the world trying to wear you down and wash you away. Just like you was in school, they would teach you about erosion. Talking about the ground is just plain and ain't got nothing on it. You know, it's easy for the wind and the water and everything to just wash it away, and then you got a big ditch in it. Or you got a cliff right here that's a landslide about to happen. You know what I'm saying? So keep that erosion from happening. Keep this world from eroding away your understanding, eroding away your consciousness of who you is. Keep this world from washing away what it is, what you need to know, what you need to hold on to. You need to put the roots all around. These scriptures, man, you get rooted in this word and it keep you from being washed away and eroded away.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking about? They want us to just be like a barren plain of just
Slipping, sliding all over the
that's right.
Everybody slipping, sliding.
That's what they
No,
want.
That's why the brother brought it out. Hold fast till you come. So that you know it's true, that you understand it, hold fast to that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
That's what you're gonna be. That's what you're gonna be, but you got to be in a healthy environment. You can't be getting no polluted water from a damn factory that's putting all kind of damn, you know. See, this world right here, man, is gonna pump all kind of chemical waste in the water. And you wanna be you don't wanna be that tree getting that waste in the water. We got to filter this thing out, bro.
Right.
We got to filter that. We got to shut that factory down. They're pumping out all these lies to our people. We got to shut that factory down, man. It's polluting the water, man. Because we need their water. They're putting these churches on every damn corner to pollute the water.
Wow.
So then we go up in there, man. We hearing all kind of filth. We hearing all kind of filth, man. So it's stunting our growth, man. That these damn churches giving us all kind of filth. Man, these churches giving us all kind of filth. They polluting us. They giving us spiritual cancer.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta shut their asses down, man.
That's right.
Cause they ain't doing that but killing our people, man.
That's
And then our people feel like, well, you know, I grew up in the church and they had Easter and they had the egg, we just had such a good time.
Right.
And they look and they hold on to them fantasy life memories they had. And they want their children to experience the same fantasy life memories that they had.
That's right.
But we got to shut all of that down, man.
That's right.
We got to shut them down because they polluting the rivers of water. We're going to be planted by some rivers of water. We want that water to be clean, filtered out.
That's right.
That's what this word going to do for us.
That's
for
right.
Our people. So our people grow up strong and healthy and not be sick all the time. Because our people are sick right now.
Which Bible he said other than
He said the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha, yes sir.
You got 5 minutes?
I got 3 Bibles that
$10 on Amazon. Look just like this, red book.
Okay.
We got the 14 missing books in here. It holds the Greek captivity. In John chapter 10 and verse 22, when Christ celebrated the Feast of Dedication, that's recorded in here. But it's history that's missing, that's in this book that will clearly show us who we are. Now we can prove who we are with this alone, but this will open up the understanding like never before.
See, this right here was in there.
Right.
And they took this out.
Right.
They
But
just
1611.
One of them books. Right.
1611 King.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go and meet my wife. We gonna walk
Got
back
card?
by here.
You got a card and flight? Did you get a card? And there you go.
Oh no, I need.
All our information on us. Get in contact with us. Check us out, see what we're about. Learn some more.
Absolutely.
We be out here majority of the time, every Saturday. We'd love for you and your family to come out here and learn more about who you are, what's required of us.
It'd be another group of the brothers down there on the other corner down there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I every time, I can't pass up all that truth. Ain't no chance. Because other than that, I'm fighting it by myself.
Right.
And in my own family, I'm fighting.
Right, that's
Hey,
right,
brother.
brother.
Scripture tell you together with like-minded people.
Right.
So if your family don't think like you gotta get with somebody who think like you. Think like you.
Brother, you see that red? You see that red?
See, the word, brother, what they call Christ, Yahushua, he said he ain't come to bring peace, bro.
Right.
He came to bring a sword.
And guess what?
And that sword that he bringing is going to separate families.
Book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace.
I came not to do what?
I came not to send peace.
He's letting you know right there, bro. It's going to be rough. But you're going to have to go through it and endure this thing, bro.
That's right.
Go ahead.
But a sword.
But a sword. That's what he came to bring.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
And that what you just said? You're going through that. And that ain't going to stop happening. It's only going to get worse, bro. You're going to have to know how to stand against these things when they come against you.
Right.
But they coming, they ain't going to slow down.
Not at all.
If you get in this word, bro, it's going to speed up. These things going to happen, man. But you can't be in this word weak. You got to be in this thing strong. That means you're going to have to learn how to apply what's in these scriptures, man, so you can build yourself up.
Book of Zephaniah, my bad.
To strengthen yourself, brother.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
That's what you gotta do, bro. Because you're gonna be in variance in your own household. You're gonna be fighting in your own house. You gotta be around some brothers that you ain't fighting with. They're gonna teach you how to fight back. They're gonna teach you how to fight right the right way. That's right. How to prepare for these things that you're gonna be facing, man. You can't be facing these things and cave in. You can't do that.
Well, I'm afraid I'm gonna deal with it my way, and not under exactly God's way.
See,
But it's the same.
That is to be. You should be afraid of that.
Yeah.
But see, but don't just be afraid of it and let that happen. Be afraid of it and then prepare so where that don't happen.
That's right.
Like I'm afraid of not getting enough water to drink. So what I do is I go get me some water and put it in every room.
Right.
All right, that's what you got to do. You just can't be afraid of it. You're afraid of it so you can take action so that you can do something about it.
How you doing, sis?
I got one more. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Now that's heavy. That's heavy.
Get ready.
It's telling you if you want to serve the Father, if you want to follow the Lord, You got to prepare yourself.
Suit up.
You got to go in training. You got to go. You got to run the spiritual mile.
Absolutely.
You got to do the spiritual push-ups.
Verse 2.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You said
I feel
something on
that.
Verse 2.
I feel that. I feel that.
This is verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Constantly endure, bro. I mean, you will be going through spiritual warfare on a constant. But you're gonna have to. You may be dealing with it, but I'm telling you, we're gonna teach you some new techniques on how to deal with that way more efficiently.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you'd have to start off with 21 years to life that I did for nothing. Just not telling you.
It's all in here, bro. It's all in here.
That's listed in the scriptures. That would happen to the Israelites. That would happen
Then
to
when
our
I get
people.
out, I get off that mountain and have my firstborn son when I was 50, right? The mother owned that, and these street games took it. My firstborn, right? So I had to walk away from the situation. I walked away. I'm from California. I walked away. You name it, I had it. All, you know. But mainly, my son, I had to walk away because she was trying to kill me to get me back in prison. She was on meth. She was a straight demon. But the whole system and community, they support me.
Listen, bro.
They support me. I can't get they want me to go to the courts. I didn't have nothing to do with him being in the court, so I'm not even going. I don't trust the courts. I don't trust none of this system. They murdering kids. I know they tried to take my son permanently because he fell off the bed for the first time. Me and the girl arguing, and somebody in a neighboring room in the motel we was in called the people. They tried to keep my son permanently behind this event. Right?
That's prophesied to happen to the Israelites. That's letting you know who you are. That's letting you know that we go through these things as a people. That was prophesied to happen to our people through disobedience.
I'll call you
Now,
back.
you're not supposed to be unequally yoked. This man made some mistakes by picking that particular woman because you didn't know you was an Israelite. You didn't know you were supposed to keep these commandments. So you got unequally yoked, brother. You got with somebody who was going to pull against what you was trying to do.
Absolutely.
But you had no knowledge of that. But now it's time to know these things so that you can go forward making the right decisions going forward. And had you known the things that we would be, had you been around us all that time, you would have made
I
those
would have
mistakes.
skipped around.
That's right. You wouldn't have made the mistake. You wouldn't have fell into those traps. Not knowing knowledge, not knowing wisdom and understanding, so we perish through lack of knowledge. So that's what we got to fight against.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, and verse number 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son, whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons.
That letting you know right there, bro, that
Whoop
you a
on
son.
me
That
then,
letting you know right there that you a son.
He been